Today we kick off a week-long series of stories that celebrate Black History Month. The Cuesta Education Foundation in Fort Wayne is sponsoring the stories, working with Wayne TV to highlight some of the hidden histories of Indiana's African Americans. Today's story is also a feature for Positively Fort Wayne. News Channel 15's Kaitor Pessoa takes us to the Allen County Public Library to learn all about a special website.
Positively Fort Wayne, brought to you by Adventure Homes, luxury and comfort for less.
Here in the Genealogy Center's African American section, you'll learn about men and women who took bold chances to make their marks on Northeast Indiana. But one woman believed their stories needed more exposure than the inside of this library, so she created this website called Crossing Opportunities Threshold.
A lot of us have dreams, and when I was a kid, some of the parents that talked to me, they would say their dreams were kind of squashed because they were African American.
For generations, a people looked upon a closed gateway, wondering what opportunities lay on the other side. African Americans in Allen County longed for more. Curator Marsha Smiley is unveiling the hidden histories of those who dared to cross through the gateway first.
I just want people to see that we are just as diverse as any other group, and we have just as many distinctive people making a difference in this community.
In her online collection, Crossing Opportunities Threshold, you can meet the judges, nurses, superintendents, and sports agents who not only serve the community passionately, but blaze trails for future generations of African Americans. Fort Wayne PD Deputy Chief Gary Hamilton became Fort Wayne's first African American police chief in 2014. He calls the historical moment powerful.
A young man who grew up in the inner city, who lives on the streets. I was out here. This is my community. And to say now, if he can become a chief of police as an African American male, I can do the same thing. I can become anything.
Then there's Fort Wayne's first African-American TV personality, Fran Grant, who Smiley calls a personal hero.
When I was just a kid, I would see her on TV. You don't know how significant that was.
Grant, then known as Fran Walker, became WPTA's first black employee in the 1960s at the height of the Civil Rights Movement. She was hired as a receptionist, but a new general manager wanted her to do more. So he gave her her own program, The Fran Walker Show, and trained her to be a news reporter.
As he called me, "You are a gutsy broad." And he was gutsy to make that move too. And he got a lot of flack for it also.
She says dealing with the whole new career was challenging enough, not to speak of the inside politics and racist aggressions towards her.
If I had given up, I would just be giving in to the pressure, and I wasn't going to give in to the pressure.
Grant's story is like many you can experience on Crossing Opportunities Threshold, celebrating a history of local African Americans that belongs to all Americans.
But know that we as black people have given a big contribution to this society, and we need, all of us need to know more about it, because then we move into our common humanity and can really respect each other.
You can check out Crossing Opportunities Threshold by going to Wayne.com. Just type in Hidden History and click Crossing Opportunities Threshold. While doing this story, I learned the website has 55 bios of local African American trailblazers, including one you no doubt recognize, our own Tara Brantley, the longest serving African American news anchor in the state of Indiana, part of a historical project that is Positively Fort Wayne. Kaitor Pessoa, News Channel 15.
And it is an honor to be among so many trailblazers. This week here on First News, the Cuesta Education Foundation is sponsoring stories that pay tribute to Black History Month. You can check out some of them right now by going to our website, Wayne.com. Simply type in Hidden History. Then Saturday night at 7 o'clock, we'll present a half-hour special called Indiana's Hidden History, also sponsored by the Cuesta Education Foundation. It will feature historical pieces from Terre Haute, Evansville, and Indianapolis, as well as Northeast Indiana.